Hello guys, welcome to my channel Chem Insider. So in today's class we are going to discuss about a very important topic of class solutions, that is about the colligative properties and how to calculate molar mass using those colligative properties. So first of all, what is a colligative property? Colligative property are those which affects the vapor pressure of a solid in liquid type of solutions. So if you consider a solid in liquid type of solutions, what happens is, as we have discussed in the earlier classes, solutes or non-volatile solids especially reduces the vapor pressure of a given liquid in the given solution. So therefore, clearly whenever you add a solute molecule to a solvent molecule, we observe a relative decrease in a vapor pressure. So this decrease in vapor pressure can be explained in terms of four properties. Okay, so decrease in vapor pressure because of adding a non-volatile solute to a given solvent is explained in four properties, and those properties are nothing but the colligative properties, and those four properties are called colligative properties. So what is colligative? Colligative in Latin means co means together, ligare means changing. So togetherly it changes or alters the vapor pressure. So those four properties are, namely, first one is relative lowering of vapor pressure, relative lowering of vapor pressure of solvent, relative lowering of vapor pressure of solvent. Second one is elevation in boiling point of solvent, elevation in boiling point of solvent. Third one is depression in freezing point of solvent, depression in freezing point of solvent. And the last one is osmotic pressure, osmotic pressure of the solution because of the solvent present. So as we know, the vapor pressure of a given component or a partial pressure of a given solution depends upon the mole fraction of solute, right? So it depends upon the mole fraction of solute, that is the vapor pressure P depends upon the mole fraction of the solute. So whenever you have to determine a solid in liquid type of solution, remember the expression which we have calculated in the previous video. Remember the equation where we discussed delta P is equal to P1 naught of X2, right? So if this A2 is considered as a solute particle, one is as a solvent, then the partial pressure or vapor pressure depends upon the mole fraction of solute particles. So therefore, using those particular relation, we are going to discuss about the relative lowering of vapor pressure of solvent, elevation in boiling point of solvent, depression in freezing point of solvent, and lastly about the osmotic pressure. So now first we will discuss about relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solvent, and we are going to calculate molar mass of a solvent using this particular relative lowering of vapor pressure. So first, what is this relative lowering of vapor pressure says? If you consider a given non-volatile solute which is added to a solvent, we clearly say that the vapor pressure of the given component reduces, right? So that is, which we have observed in the previous videos. If this is a closed container and this is the surface of the solvent, the number of particles present over here will be at a certain rate. And if you consider the same solvent in a solution, what happens is the number of particles present at the surface is reduced by the solute particles, right? So clearly we observed that vapor pressure of that particular solution decreases. So now consider the equation which we observed there, that is Raoult's law, which says that partial pressure of solvent, that is A. So if you consider partial pressure of solvent A is equal to pure partial pressure of the solvent, so partial pressure of pure solvent into X1, partial pressure of solvent in a solution is equal to PA is equal to PA naught of X1, where PA naught is the partial pressure of the pure solvent. Now, if you are observing the complete reaction here and we are changing on adding certain amount of solute to this equation, what we can say is there will be change in partial pressure, right? So the change in partial pressure of the solution PA, the change in partial pressure of the solution, that is delta P, will be equal to PA naught minus PA, right? So if let us consider this as equation 1, and now for this equation, that is the change in partial pressure will be equal to partial pressure of pure solvent minus partial pressure of a solvent in liquid in the solution form. So therefore, if you substitute the value of PA from equation 1, delta P will be equal to PA naught minus PA naught of X1, right? So if you substitute the value of PA from equation 1, we get change in partial pressure is equal, change in vapor pressure is equal to partial pressure of pure solvent minus partial pressure of pure solvent into mole fraction of the pure solvent. On taking PA naught as common, we get PA naught of 1 minus X1, which is equals to delta P. Okay, so now we know that mole fraction of binary solution is given as X1 plus X2 is equal to 1. Therefore, X1 will be equal to 1 minus X2. Right? X1 will be equal to 1 minus X2 and 1 minus X1 will be equal to X2. Right? Substituting this value in this equation, we get delta P is equal to PA naught into X2. Delta P is equal to PA naught into X2. So now delta P is nothing but PA naught minus PA. Taking this on in this side, PA naught minus PA is equal to PA naught into X2. So now taking this on the denominator of the left hand side, we get PA naught minus PA divided by PA naught is equal to X2. So this equation, where the left hand side, in this equation, the left hand side of this equation is called the relative lowering of vapor pressure. The left hand side of this equation is called the relative lowering of vapor pressure, where we are observing the change in pressure, vapor pressure of the solution with respect to the vapor pressure of pure solvent, depending upon mole fraction of the solute. That is, if you are considering X2, you can say instead of X2 you can take, so this is X1, XA, so XA, XB, XA, B. If B is the solute and A is the solvent, so partial relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. Relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of the solute. So therefore, this is about the relative lowering of vapor pressure, which is equal to the mole fraction of the solute, where we are considering A as solvent and B as solute. Okay, A as solvent and B as solute. Okay, so now if you observe XB, what we see is mole fraction XB is equal to, mole fraction of a component is equal to number of moles of that component divided by total number of moles in the solution, right? XB is equal to number of moles of B divided by number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. So substitute this XB value in the equation. Let us say this is equation 2. Substituting XB value in equation 2, we get PA naught minus PA divided by PA naught is equal to NB divided by NA plus NB. Okay, NB divided by NA plus NB. Let us say this is as a equation 3. So if the equation 3, if we are considering for a dilute solution, if dilute solution is taken, so what happens if you are considering a dilute solution? The number of moles of solute will be less and the number of moles of solvent will be more. So therefore, the number of moles of Na is high whereas number of moles of Nb is less. So what we can say is number of moles of solute is much more less than number of moles of solvent. Okay, number of moles of solute is much more less than number of moles of solvent. Therefore, we can clearly ignore Nb from the denominator. So equation 3 then can be written as Pa0 minus Pa divided by Pa0, which is equals to Nb divided by Na. So let us say this is our equation 4. Okay, so this is about our equation 4. Now, N is nothing but the number of moles of A, N is nothing but the number of moles, and number of moles N is equal to given weight divided by molar mass, right? Given weight of the solute or solvent divided by molar mass of the component, that is W divided by M. N will be equal to W divided by M. Substituting that value over here, what we get is Pa0 by Pa, Pa0 minus Pa divided by Pa0 will be equal to Wb by Mb whole divided by Wa by Ma. So this can be written as in a reverse order, that is the denominator gets reciprocal. So therefore that will be equal to Wb by Mb into Ma by Wa. That will be equal to Pa0 minus Pa divided by Pa0. So this is the equation which we can use to determine molar mass of the solute taken. So using this equation, we can determine the molar mass of the solute taken. So here, the molar mass of the solute Mb is depending upon the relative lowering of vapor pressure. So what does relative lowering of vapor pressure say is, a relative lowering of vapor pressure is depending upon the molar mass of the solute. Okay, so this is about the derivation for the expression which we have to use to calculate molar mass using relative lowering of vapor pressure of a solvent. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. Next, we'll solve some problems using this particular given formula. So now they have given us the question which says that calculate the molar mass of solute if vapor pressure of the solution is 27.37 mmHg formed when 13 into 10 power minus 3 kilograms of solute is added to 0.1 kilograms of water. And further, they have given us the partial pressure of pure solvent, that is water, which is 28.065. Okay, so let us write down the given data. So what have they given is solution. First, they have given us the vapor pressure of the solution, that is PA. So vapor pressure PA, or we can directly write it as P, because solute is not going to give any of the vapor pressure. So therefore PA can be directly written as P now. So P is equal to 27.37 mmHg. Remember, this pressure can be expressed in three types. One in the unit of millimeter Hg, one in the unit of Newton per meter square, that is a force, and third one in the type of bars, okay, atmospheric bar. So now here they have given in the form of millimeter Hg. So always you have to observe is all these have same units. So now pressure, vapor pressure is 27.37 mmHg, and they have given weight of solvent, weight of the solute, that is W2, or we can take WB. W2 is equal to 13 into 10 power minus 3 kg. W1 is 0.1 kg, and they have given WP1 naught, which is equals to 28.065, and for molar mass of water, that is M1 is equal to 18 grams per mole. Molar mass is 18 grams per mole. That is H2O has 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Atomic mass of each hydrogen is 1. So 2 hydrogens will be 2. 2 plus 16 will be 18 grams per mole. So now what they have asked to calculate is molar mass of solute, that is M2. So M2 is question mark. Now write down the formula. The formula we know is PA naught, that is P1 naught minus P. Instead of PA, I am directly writing P because this is a solute which is solid. Solvent is liquid. So solid liquid system does not have a partial pressure or vapor pressure because of solute particles. It just has vapor pressure because of liquid solvents. So therefore P1 naught minus P is equal to P1 divided by P1 naught is equal to W2 by M2 into M1 by W1. So this is the formula. You can want, if you can write it as WB by MB into MB by WB, WA. Okay, doesn't matter whatever you take, WA or MA, as long as you keep the same values here and here, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now we need to calculate M2. So take M2 on the left hand side, so on the rest on the right hand side. That gives us W2 into M1 into P1 naught divided by W1 into P1 naught minus P. So substitute their values. W2 is 13 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, and M1 is 18 grams per mole into P1 naught, which is given as 28.065 whole divided by W1 is 0.1 kg. So you observe over here, W2 and W1 both are given in kilograms. They both get cancelled, so it doesn't matter if it is in grams per mole and if this is in kilograms per mole. Both get cancelled. Kilos get cancelled. We'll have to work with the grams, which also further get cancelled after the calculation. So therefore 0.1 into P1 naught is 28.065 minus 27.37. Okay, so on substituting these values we get this. On calculating these values we get 6567.2 into 10 power minus 3 divided by 0.0694. So this is the value what we get once we calculate the numerator and denominator, and on solving this we get 94.6 grams. So that is molecular mass of the solute is 94.6 grams. Okay, so this is how we calculate molar mass of a solute using relative lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, I hope you have understood this problem. Next, we'll go for the second problem. Next, in the second problem, they have given the question, if partial pressure of a pure solvent is 640 millimeter Hg and 2.175 into 10 power minus 3 kilograms of solute of molar mass 69.6 is dissolved in 39 into 10 power minus 3 kilograms of solvent. Calculate the molar mass of solvent if the vapor pressure is 600 millimeter per Hg. That is, the vapor pressure of the solution form will be 600 millimeter Hg, and we have to calculate the molar mass of solvent. Okay, so now let us write down the given constants, given values. Those are, first they have given us PA naught or P1 naught, which is 640 millimeter Hg, and they have given us P, that is 600 mmHg. Next, further they have given us W2 mass of solute, that is 2.75 into 10 power 2.175 into 10 power minus 3 kg. W1, which is 39 into 10 power minus 3 kg, and they have given us the M2, that is 69.6 grams, and they have asked us to calculate M1. Okay, they have asked us to calculate M1. Now let us write down the formula, that is P1 naught minus P divided by P1 naught is equal to W2 by M2 into M1 by W1. Okay, so this is the formula. Now we have to calculate M1. So we keep it at one side. M1 will be equal to P1 naught minus P into M2 on the numerator, W1 on the numerator, divided by P1 naught into W2. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate molar mass of solvent. Now substitute the values which they have given. P1 naught is 640, P is 600 into M2, that is molar mass of solute, 69.6 grams, 69.6 into weight of solvent, 39.3, 39 into 10 power minus 3, whole divided by P1 naught, that is 640, P1 naught is 640 into W2, that is 2.175, 2.175 into 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 3, 10 power minus 3 get cancelled. So the leftover terms on calculating we get 108,669 into 10 power 3 divided by 1362, which on division gets 78.06 grams. So molar mass of the solvent M1 is equal to 78.06 grams. So this is how you calculate molar mass of a solute or solvent using relative lowering of vapor pressure equation. So this is all about for today. In the next class we will discuss about elevation in boiling point. So this is about the first, that is relative lowering of vapor pressure. If you have any doubts regarding the topic which I explained or the problems which we have solved, please do comment down below and share this video among your friends. Thank you for watching.